So once somebody is chartered for a while and they realize that the why is really beneficial to them, but they want something more, let's say they want tax savings of owning their own aircraft, or maybe they want the cultural fit of using the same operator every single time and having one stop in which the entire concierge service. Where would they go in terms of aircraft ownership?
So if you're gonna charter more than 6 or 7 times a year, I would really recommend doing a fractional ownership program. It is so easy. It's the easiest way to fly, in my opinion. And because especially with SkyShare, you go on title to that aircraft, then you qualify for the bonus depreciation. 100% bonus depreciation is coming back for this year. So whatever that purchase price is, you're able to 100% depreciate that in the first calendar year. So in the end, you save hundreds of thousands of dollars versus writing a check to Uncle Sam. You can use that
Including fractional
and full aircraft ownership. And let's talk about fractional, because our program is very unique. In our fractional, we actually have 3 different categories. We have SFX-12, which is the entry level, and it's PC-12 only. And so we have a bunch of PC-12s, and it's guaranteed availability. PC-12 is a fantastic airplane, Swiss-made, 8-passenger, lands in really short trips, comfortable cabin. It's just not as fast as the jets. But with the SFX-12, you have a smaller buy-in and a smaller monthly management fee.
Really nothing compares to the buy-in and the management fee of SFX-12.
And to be honest, the PC-12 is my favorite airplane. I've got a couple thousand hours flying them, and they're just awesome airplanes. Very, very safe. Safest turboprop ever made, actually. The next category, if you need the speed or the versatility of the jets, we have a program called SFX-Jet, which gives you guaranteed availability on 4 different platforms. So the Gulfstream G200, which is a big stand-up cabin, 9-passenger, coast-to-coast airplane, awesome airplane. The next smaller one is the midsize, what we're sitting in here, the Citation XL, 8-passenger, great regional aircraft, Salt Lake to Cabo, awesome, perfect airplane. Then the light jet of the Citation CJ2, which is a very fast and efficient light jet. So if you need to go from Salt Lake to Texas, that would be the perfect airplane if there's only 2, 3, 4 passengers. And you still have availability in the PC-12. So you can fly any of those. The last program we have is the heavy jet. We call it SFX Plus. It's a Gulfstream G450. You're on title to that G450. 13, 14 passenger aircraft, coast to coast. It's just an incredible experience. Plus, what makes us very unique is you could get out of the G450 one day and jump into Pilatus the next day for that short haul.
So with each program, you basically can fly down into all the smaller programs.
Yeah, which I don't know of another fractional program that offers that, and guaranteed availability on that. So if you're in the jet program, you just pick which aircraft is best for that specific mission, and we make it happen.
And speaking of that specific mission, right, that day, it's a day-based program, right? That's a unique offering in the space. Why did you choose that, and tell people like what the upsides are?
When we came up with the idea of the fractional program 7 years ago, I interviewed a bunch of different owners in different fractional programs, talked to different executives, and the one model that the clients said they liked the most was the day-based program for the simplicity. They knew how many days and how many trips they could do. They didn't have to worry about calculating, okay, how far is this flight from Orange County to Teterboro? They knew they had the airplane for the day. And with our fractional program, you have 2 different hourly rates. So we want our owners to be able to maximize their days within the program. So if they're going to Cabo, they're gonna be there for a week. You don't want to use 7 of your days. We have a little bit higher hourly rate on the one-way rate. We drop you off in Cabo. That's day 1. A week later, we send the aircraft to pick you up, and that's day 2. Or to really reduce the overall cost of the program for those shorter trips, 3 days or less, we have a round trip rate. And the hourly rate's less, and and then every day you have the aircraft is a day. But if you're going to Vegas for just the weekend, that's the way to book your trip.
Right. So we've talked about the aircraft platforms and how they all fit together, how there's 3 programs, you can fly down in each program that you're in.
Yeah.
That kind of takes care of what we call the product part of it. But something I don't think most people really recognize is how important the service is as well, in addition to the product. Can you speak about that a little?
Yeah. So our goal is for our clients to love their journey. We want to make it as frictionless and easy for them as possible when it comes to the booking process. Literally, to book the jet, it's either a text, phone call, or email. Say, hey, I want to leave this airport. Here's my passengers. We're going here. And oh yeah, book me a rental car on the other side. And when you land in that airport, the rental car is literally waiting for you plane side. If you want catering on the aircraft, we can handle all that stuff behind the scenes. Like, our whole goal is for our clients to focus on their family and their business and let us take care of everything behind the scenes, what it takes to run a private flight department.
Including changes, right? That's one of the luxuries, I guess, of private flight is deciding, oh, actually, I don't want that to eat. I want this other thing, or we want to switch passengers, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the plane is yours. So another thing that makes our fractional program unique versus like a NetJets or FlexJet is they require 1 or 2 lead passengers to be on that aircraft every flight. We look at it as you're an owner in the program, so whoever has the ability to authorization to book the aircraft, you can put whoever you want on there. If you want to go pick up your daughter, or if you want to send the plane to go get an executive and bring it back. There was one time I actually flew a dog, just the dog.
I remember it well. Beyond the service, beyond the product, what I think is interesting about SkyShare, the company, is that we also do full aircraft ownership and management.
Yes.
Why don't you speak to that? Because the same service that you get from the fractional program, you could also benefit from if you owned your own aircraft and managed it with us.
Our goal is to have a client for life. We have lots of clients that started chartering with us, and then they started flying enough fractional ownership made sense. And then we've had clients that be like, you know what, Cory, I'm ready for my own airplane. For one reason or the other. They're flying ticked up so much that it just made sense, or they just needed something ready to go, or they just said, this has been a lifelong goal of mine to have my own airplane. So even if you're in the middle of the fractional agreement, you can get out of it and you come to us and we sell your fractional share, and then we can go help you buy an aircraft. When I started this company 16 years ago, I would call myself I call them now a suitcase broker, where really the only service they're helping you do is buy or sell the asset. Now, with the company, how it's grown so much, we have the infrastructure that we can help these owners do every part of the flight department. So not only have we bought and sold hundreds of aircrafts over the years internationally, so we're really good at buying and finding the very best asset with the best pedigree, now we can help them set up the flight department, including hiring the pilots, negotiating maintenance contracts, fuel contracts, overseeing all of the hassle of full aircraft ownership. So when you book it just like a fractional flight. Also, once you bought the asset, you have the availability. If you want to, you can put it on our charter certificate, and we can generate revenue on that airplane to help offset the cost. You're never going to make money owning a plane. Some people will tell you that it's a joke. You're never going to get rich owning an airplane, but we definitely can reduce your costs significantly through chartering it when you're not using the asset. And so with us, we're really a full aviation solution, and everywhere from charter, fractional ownership, aircraft sales, management, and then we can charter that asset for you as well.
And you spoke about people going from fractional into full ownership, but we've also seen it where it happened in the reverse as well.
Yeah.
Where people that own their own aircraft decided, you know what, I'm not flying as much as I used to, or the aircraft gets older and they're ready to divest of that asset, and then they move into the fractional program.
We just sold a client just the other day with that exact same scenario. They were tired. We sold them the jet a few years ago, great airplane, but they were just tired of the hassle. They had a pilot quit. They had maintenance issues. They were like, Cory, I don't want to worry about any of that. I want to call one number and know I have an airplane and go. And so absolutely, we've helped lots of people that just say, hey, I'm done with the expense of owning my full airplane. Doesn't make sense for me. I'd much rather have a fleet of airplanes that's guaranteed by somebody else.
If you had to give an answer to what do you want SkyShare to mean to somebody who has been a client for 3 to 5 years, and they're talking to somebody that they do business with, and they recommend us, what would you like to hear?
I would hope that they would say that SkyShare actually cares. I'm not treated like a number. I'm part of a family, and they really care about delivering the wow, one of our core values. We have one of our teammates in our ops department where her whole job is to make cool flights unique. So we had a plane going to the Masters. So without the client asking, we decorate the whole aircraft. When there's special occasions, we try and think up and just different than other companies. Instead of just executing on the flight, we try and find different ways to deliver the wow.